The holiday feud between factions of Trump's MAGA base over H-1B visas came to a head over the weekend, with the president-elect coming out in support of the program that allows the brightest foreign workers, many of them engineers and computer scientists, to live and work in the U.S. The broader debate reveals a significant rift in Trump's MAGA base just weeks before he is set to take office. CNN's Brian Todd has more.
The president-elect finally weighs in on a controversial issue that pits two of his top advisors against his MAGA base. Donald Trump now defends the H-1B visa program, which allows thousands of highly skilled foreign workers to immigrate to the U.S. every year to fill specialized jobs. Trump told the New York Post, quote, "I've always liked the visas. I have always been in favor of the visas. That's why we have them. I've been a believer in H-1B. I have used it many times. It's a great program."
It's one of the first signs of disunity or disharmony in the folks who support Trump and who are going to make up his administration. And this is likely to be an ongoing point of tension.
Trump is now siding with billionaires Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy, who Trump has tapped to lead the new Department of Government Efficiency. Musk and Ramaswamy have defended the H-1B program, Musk posting recently that it's the reason he's in America and, quote, "take a big step back and blank yourself in the face. I will go to war on this issue, the likes of which you cannot possibly comprehend." But Musk and Ramaswamy's stance is being slammed by Trump's MAGA supporters, like his former White House strategist Steve Bannon, who said on his podcast that H-1B takes jobs from American citizens.
The program from top to bottom is a scam and a con. There is nothing in this program that should continue to exist. Nothing. These are coders that are going to work for a third of the salaries and work like indentured servants. That's not American citizens.
Trump's comment that he's, quote, always been in favor of the H-1B visas isn't true. He previously opposed those visas and restricted access to them several times during his first administration in an effort to curb legal immigration. But in the 2024 presidential campaign, Trump had changed his tune on skilled workers coming to the U.S.
What I want to do and what I will do is you graduate from a college, I think you should get automatically as part of your diploma a green card to be able to stay in this country.
Musk, who was born in South Africa, came to the U.S. as a foreign student, later worked in the U.S. on an H-1B visa. And it's his companies and those of other tech giants who've recently courted Donald Trump which stand to benefit from more H-1B workers in the U.S.
At least at this early stage, some of the tech leaders, including Musk, who bet on a Trump administration to deliver them policies that would be favorable to their industry and to their businesses, may be seeing some return from them.
All right, well, my panel is back to discuss all this further. Stephen, I want to start with you because you had a big picture piece for CNN.com on this, where you write, in the coming weeks, Trump's ability to reconcile the differing interests among conservative budget hawks, hardline MAGA lawmakers, and comparative moderates who may be vulnerable in the 2026 general election will dictate the fate of his aggressive legislative plans on immigration, budget trimming, and tax cuts. So this is a test.
Right. I think this issue does show the fissures in the new Trump coalition. It's very interesting this time around. It's not just the MAGA grassroots working class base. You've got this new tech Silicon Valley aspect to it. That said, you know, all presidents have to manage their coalitions. This is nothing new. I think the question is, going forward, will Trump side on more issues with Elon Musk and people, the millionaires and the billionaires in his cabinet, who've got strong self-interests as they go into the government for their own businesses? Or will he step back and be worried about alienating some of his most loyal supporters? In his first term, we didn't see many occasions when he was willing to get out in front of that core support.
Stephen, I want to start, I want to bring to you this from the Wall Street Journal editorial board backing Trump on Sunday, writing, Trump may be wrong in trying to save TikTok, but he is right to endorse the value of H-1B visas in the dispute between Elon Musk and Steve Bannon. Mr. Trump is choosing the side of enlightened nationalism as opposed to the blinkered declinist version. So how do you square this with his America First mantra that arguably propelled him back to the White House?
Well, I think goes to my point I made with the talking about the Johnson race. He's going to have to get involved, I think, a little bit more deeply. A lot of this disagreement happened over the holiday when he really wasn't involved. And once he did, it has declined some. And even the people who are still opposed are attacking Musk, notably, not Donald Trump. I think that's a very notable tone and message change. And I think, look, it's really important, as we're also seeing, again, to bring it back to Congress, I think Republicans are very, very keen on the fact that their first priorities, they need to be things that unify. So look, H-1B is an important immigration part. I don't think it'll be in that first package, especially with this fissure. You're going to be seeing things that, like, whether it's border funding, wall, things that they know could pass relatively easily. I think it's a Trump's objective to get points on the board as quickly and as effectively as possible.
And Megan, some Democrats have called Elon Musk, quote, President Musk, of course, during the spending fight. But what does this controversy, the visa controversy, tell you about Elon Musk's role within the larger MAGA movement?
I think he has a substantial role in the larger MAGA movement. You see that, you saw that with the funding fight, you see that here. He's always normally the first person out, and it's interesting that you say that people are attacking Musk over Trump. They understand that attacking Musk is getting underneath Donald Trump's skin as well. As he put out a statement, he talked about it. And so I do think he has a large part to play here, and I think that we will see how he impacts sort of some of the policies going forward. And to Stephen's point, is it going to be for the working class, or is it going to be for the millionaires and billionaires? Because so far it's for the millionaires and billionaires like Elon Musk.
And the New York Times reports this. Federal data shows Mr. Trump's companies have received approval to employ over 1,000 workers through the two H-2 programs in the past 20 years. Mr. Trump's companies have applied for a dozen H-1B visas since 2019, but then most of these applications for quality control manager positions were subsequently withdrawn. Currently, Mr. Trump's winery in Charlottesville, Virginia, is seeking 31 foreign vineyard workers under H-2A program, offering them $15.81 per hour. So does Trump have a vested interest here? Is that potentially why he flipped?
I can't speak to that. It's a good winery.
It is a good winery. It's a really nice winery.
Yeah, it is. Their cider's named Donnie Appleseed. Fun fact. But no, look, what I would also push back is this dichotomy between the MAGA base and the millionaires and billionaires. If citing the H-1B, for example, the Democrats support H-1B expansion. I mean, I don't know if you would characterize them siding with millionaires and billionaires over that. Same thing, almost everyone, when I worked for Jeb Bush in 2016 primary, aside from Donald Trump and others, were in support of H-1B expansions as well, or at least keeping the status quo. So I would push back a little bit on this dichotomy that it's either MAGA base or H-1B is millionaires and billionaires. That's not the case.
All right, where do we see this going? Really quickly, I'm going to do a quick round robin. Where do you see this going in the next few days? Do you think they can resolve any of these issues?
But like, I think to what end, right? I think this is it's a holiday disagreement because I think there's a slow stuff on X. When we actually have the speaker fight going into the first 100 days, this will not be an issue.
I agree. I don't think this will be in the top 100 days issue. I don't think this will be part of their major immigration package. I think this is just another food fight that's, like you said, for the holidays. It just gives us all something to talk about.
Everybody's fighting for family, no matter what form that takes. How about you? What do you see in the next 3 weeks?
They've been trying to fix H-1B visas since George W. Bush's immigration plan, so the chances that it's going to get done anytime soon are pretty slim.